Good morning, 4th through 7th graders. I am here to show you a quick demonstration on how to fold your paper for your accordion Elements of Art booklet. I have folded many of them already, so you might get lucky and get one that was folded already, but I didn't fold all of them because it was taking so long. So I'm just going to show you this demonstration on how to fold it, and you should be just fine, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is take this long strip of paper and fold it in half. So really perfectly line up the edges and then press it down onto the paper or onto the table, just like that. So now I've got a piece that looks like this. So now I need to make 3 rectangles out of this one area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it until, I'm not going to fold it yet. See how there's still a little loop? So I'm going to eyeball it. That looks about the same size, right? So that looks, this section here looks about the same size as that section. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, if it looks just about right, I'm going to press it down now. And so now I've got this section here, matches this section here. Now I'm going to fold this one back so that it hits the edge here. And this might not be perfect. You might not have exactly the same size rectangles, but it's close enough. Even if I did it for you, it might be the same thing. Ta-da! Okay, so now you've got your accordion. Now it's not folded exactly like an accordion at this point, so what you're gonna wanna do is figure out, okay, I want the front of my book to look like this, so it's going to go back and forth, back, and then right here I have to fold it in the opposite direction and fold it in the opposite direction. So now I can do, like I could start with line, shape, color. You have to put color and value in the same square. Otherwise, they're not gonna fit. So at the end, you will be able to glue this piece, the back piece, down into your sketchbook. And you'll have line, color, value, shape, form, texture. Maybe that won't work. You might have to double up 2 of them. So if you double up another one, I would do shape and form because they're very similar. One is just the 3-dimensional form of a shape. So double up color and value and double up shape and form. And then you can use this back part to glue down to your sketchbook and it will pop out, be very interactive and fun. If you don't have a sketchbook yet, don't worry about it. Just make sure your name is on this piece of paper. I'm going to show you my sample that I have done. You may have seen it before. Okay, so this is the front of mine. I did line. I wrote out all the words, the elements of art, using that type of element. So line, I used cursive, and I just showed examples of different types of lines. I did shape here. So I just made shapes, like geometric shapes. You can make organic shapes, geometric shapes, combination. Because you're gonna use shape and form on the same one, then I would just like split it in half, like here or diagonally. Color and value, I used the same square, see? Space, this shows the element of space, something going further back into the distance. Texture, the way something looks like it might feel, and form. So that's my example. It's not perfect, it's not really completed, nothing that I ever do as a demonstration is ever completed fully, but this is something, it should look something like this, okay? And I also made sure I wrote the definition on the page too as well. That's it. So just in case you're wondering, I have not had the baby yet. I'm still pregnant. Can you tell? Yeah. The baby's due in 2 weeks. So, yep. All right. Have fun. Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to start a mandala. A mandala is a very fun activity to do. We're doing it for Dot Day. You may have started one in the past in this class and never got to finish it, or maybe you've done one before in the past. This time we're going to do it with this little compass here, and I'm going to show you exactly how to start that and your opportunities and how you can complete your mandala today. So everybody's going to start with a square piece of paper, and what I want you to do is just eyeball where the center of your paper is and just put a tiny little dot with a pencil. So I put mine, I don't know if you can see it even. You can see it, yep, right there. So I put my dot in the center. So that's where that little golden little ring will always go over top of that dot. That way you know that you haven't moved, and that it will always match up and line up if you accidentally slip. So what I'm going to do is place that right on top of that dot that I drew. There's a front and back to the compass. The front, the top, you see how the top has like ridges on the orange part? That's the top. If you put that down, it's not going to lay flat. So there's a flat side that goes down, okay? So I'm going to, again, put that down. I'm going to hold my finger over top of that little brass thing. So to make my outside circle, to make sure that I don't go off the edge, I'm not going to use the very outer one that touches the edge of the paper, because it might go off the edge on the top or other side. So I'm going to go like 3 or 4 down. And that one was perfect. So I couldn't go past my wrist on that side, so I went as far as my wrist. Now I had to lift up my arm to be able to meet the other line that I started. So you can't just like sit there and be like, I can't reach it. You gotta move your arm or hand so that you can find it. So my first circle looks like this. It's a perfect circle made with a compass. Now I am going to create guidelines for myself so that I know where to stop different designs. So I'm going to make a small circle in the center, the smallest I can go with the compass. You shouldn't be drawing super dark or putting a lot of pressure down, because your pencil lines are not necessarily there as your artwork. They're there more as your guidelines. So try your best to draw light as you do this. Your pencil has to be super sharp. So I'm just going to keep it here while I do a few more guidelines. They can be different distances from each other. It's completely your call. All right, so I've got all these guidelines now. That's funny, it's like 3 different circles. And I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna show you how to do a really small one. So in this compass, there's these small little holes here too. You can use those to make small circles. So instead of holding this though, you have to just hold like the orange part. So I'm gonna place it down, and I'm gonna hold the orange still, and I'm going to try to let this, it's harder for that circle to slide. Actually, it's gonna make my lead break, but we'll get it. Okay, I got one. I'm gonna get a bigger one too. Okay. So now I have smaller circles in the center also. All right, so that's how you start your mandala. Now everything on a mandala, as you'll see from the video that you'll watch, it starts from the seed, and the seed is in the middle. So everything starts from that very center dot that you drew, and you can make the very center look like a flower, a star, whatever kind of thing that you want, but everything blossoms from that seed. So you don't go ahead and start the outside first. That's just not the process of making a mandala. And you'll see why if you have not already watched the video. But it's just a very creative, like, it gets your art juices flowing. So if you haven't done art all summer, or if you have not drawn for a while, this will kind of get you going and get you thinking more creatively again. So enjoy this process. I'll speed up a little bit of my own mandala drawing so you can see that in action. After you draw, if you're confident drawing with just pen, you can go for that. If you want to go with pencil first and then go over it with marker or pen, that's fine too. And then other options are starting on black paper and doing this with white colored pencil, or you can do this whole thing on white paper, go over it with Sharpie or a pen, and then color in with Prismacolors. Okay, so have fun.